It should be turned off. There we go. Okay. I haven't done any Amway shopping for about 2 months. And I been waiting for a breach in, all my spending and my income so that I could, purchase an order, because there was a bunch of Amway stuff that I needed. I needed my energy drinks. I needed my vitamins and all like that. Okay. So I guess for the month of March and April, probably, I didn't spend any money on any Amway products for mainly almost the whole month of March, and definitely the month of April. I didn't spend any money on any Amway products. Now, I thought that I had renewed my license at the beginning of the year, like last year, December, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was December of last year. I paid for my, to continue my membership. I think it was like 60 some dollars, almost $70 that I had to pay, $68 or something, to continue. But last night, I finally, because of me getting my income tax in, I saved up the funds, and so I figured I'd use some of the funds to finally get my order in for, to finally get my order in for my products. And I figured I would start off with 2 items. I would start off with my energy drinks, and my vitamins this pay, and then on my next pay I would get all my cleaning supplies and stuff like that I use from Amway. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, I went on to order my stuff, and Amway now wants to communicate with me and tell me that I really couldn't understand what they were saying as far as me. They were basically saying that I didn't renew my membership or something. I can't really explain how they said it, but the way they said it in a text message, actually when I went on the site to buy my products, they immediately communicated with me and said that I'm no longer an IBO. That but I could, save all this money by becoming a preferred customer. So without really even letting it bother me at the moment, because I haven't been doing any Amway business, I admit, for 2 months, I haven't tried to. I ordered all these catalogs, and it was a waste because I didn't send them out or whatever. I sent some catalogs out yesterday for the first time in months, and finally just started giving them to my neighbors. But and I put my number in there, my website address in there, which is no longer effective. If you go to that website, it just takes you to the Amway website, okay? It doesn't really connect it to me anymore. But all of a sudden, I'm a preferred customer. I'm not an Amway IBO anymore. And I could have called customer service right away. I didn't. What I did was I called my recruiter. My recruiter wants to tell me what she's doing. She's been doing Amway way longer than me. It seems like when I talk to her, she's got like this attitude like, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's working for me. So if you have a problem, call customer service. And I'm thinking, Okay, you receive bonuses and stuff for being my recruiter. Can you please take a moment to be my goddamn recruiter? Okay? And me and her have had it out and had it out. I think what's really going on is she knows that I busted her withholding some truth from me in the beginning. She didn't tell me some things that I was up against, and I forgave her for that. And I told her I forgave her for that, but she's looking at it like, oh, you knew about this all along, and I did tell you. No, you did not tell me. You did not tell me anything about the 300. You did not. God is my judge. You did not tell me about the 300. You did not tell me about the 300. That I had to make $300 revenue in order to receive anything at all. You did not tell me that. So I called customer service after I seen that she was going to BS with me in the text messages instead of getting to the point. Tell me what she's doing, like it works for me. Why doesn't it work for you? Kind of attitude. I don't want to hear that, right? So I called customer service and they told me that now, in order to be an Amway IBO, you have to commit to making the 300. And I asked the lady, I says, are you saying that in order for me to keep my IBO status now, that I have to make sure that I at least cover 300 a month? She says, yes. Okay, all right. I says, well, you know what? I can't promise that. Okay, I cannot promise that. Okay, you got to understand, $300 a month when you're selling to people who look at what you already do for a living. And look where you live, and look what kind of car you're driving, and when I ain't even driving a car, and look at what you got to show for it. They want you to show that Amway's working for you. They don't want to hear no crap about, oh, you're trying to establish a business or whatever, and you know what I mean, you're buying the products, and I'll buy products for you, and I'll give you free samples of my products because I believe in my products so much, which I do. That's why I still ordered the products, even though... Did Amway just fire me? Did they just randomly fire me? After all the work that I invested, I did get them customers, a couple, within the, 2 years I've been involved in it. I did get them customers. And I did get them, I did buy a lot of Amway. Like, I could probably, within the 2 years that I've been with Amway, I'm pretty sure I'm way over $500 in revenue as far as putting money in Amway's pocket. I'm pretty sure I've bought way more than $500 in products within the 2 years that I've been in Amway. I'm probably near the 1,000 mark. As far as buying products off of Amway. Because I've bought, like, when money was good, I was putting in about, 200 this week and 200 the following week, or something like that. Depending on, paychecks and all that, and, wherever else I get my funds from. Income tax, you name it. I've invested a lot of money in the Amway, not to mention all the money that I invested to get started, including renewing my membership. I could have sworn that I just did it this past December or November or whenever it was. I didn't realize it had been, has it been a year since, I could look it up, I guess, but has it been a whole year? Yeah, I think it has been a year because... Wait a minute. Yeah, it's been a year because when I renewed my membership, I was still working my other job. And I remember me and my buddy that's also an Amway IBO, like me, well, like I was, him and I were talking about. So it had to be. It was, wait a minute. It was last year. It was the beginning of last year, or was the that December before last year? Okay, 2021. Yeah, for the year 2021, I paid my membership for the year 2021. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I had just renewed this membership. I'll put it like that. Whether I did it in the middle of last year, whether I did it, earlier this year, because I know that I had started my membership. It just hit me. I just started the membership, renewed my membership, that is, before this year, because I was still at my other job, and me and the guy were talking about it. So, you know, um, so look, this is all I want to say is that I don't, I don't give up. Okay. What I'm going to do is I believe that Amway is a good company, and I believe the pandemic mixed with the last maybe 10 years before the pandemic, they've been through some struggles. My mom sold Amway, like I keep telling you, long before she died, and it worked for her. I know that my mom made some bucks with Amway, but things have changed, and my recruiter doesn't understand. My mama sold Amway, okay, long before she ever got into Amway, okay. She was just a teenager probably when my mama was selling Amway, okay. My recruiter don't understand that, so I know something about this. But the problem is, what I don't understand is what happened to them. Like, this compensation plan is so screwed up. You tell me in the comments section, speak to me and let me know. I don't know if you responded to my other videos, but I got them mixed up within 3 of my channels. But if you responded to any of my content, let me know. And let me know right here. Do you think $300, when you're selling stuff like bottles of cleaner and vitamins and stuff like that, do you think $30, or I'm sorry, $30, where did 30 come in? $300 revenue for a $20 check, somewhere around there, somewhere that's the figure. Do you think that's reasonable compensation? $300 revenue. And it can't be, and they changed this too. They said it can't be your volume, it has to be customer volume. It no longer, it used to be where if people were buying Amway, okay, on top of their customer sales to get, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I had the bed was hurting my back laying like that, and I'm about ready to fall asleep because I worked midnight, so I figured I better get up. So let me do it this way. But anyway, as I was saying, you can tell me if you think this is right. $300, you have to put in, and now it has to be customer volume. It no longer can be your volume. It has to be all customer volume. You don't get money back anymore for basically, because what people were doing was they would, like, they would like make all these sales, and then they would use their own money and invest it in products, spend it on products to finish to win their bonus by the end of the month. Okay, so a lot of people were, I don't know if, you tell me, do you think that Amway can't afford to pay us anymore? Yeah, I never made any money from Amway, but the people that have, Amway can't afford to pay us anymore, so they're making all these rules. And I really don't think my recruiter is really paying attention to what's going on. I think she's just paying attention to, the little bit of people under her that are buying products. If she can get you to buy products or consider something, then she's happy. But I don't think she's paying attention to the compensation plan as well. And neither do I think that she's understanding that the plans that she made for Amway to secure her future is not happening. She's not making more money. She's making less, and she's either making less or staying or making the same thing she's been making all these years, which doesn't even make her enough money to buy a new vehicle or get out of her house. Which her house, she needs to get out of that house, and she needs to get out of that neighborhood. Forget about this super big, expensive $100,000, $200,000 house, which whatever she wants that she's looking in these magazines for. She needs to get her an apartment, which she needs to do. Okay, she needs to move into an apartment. One of these days she's gonna be stuck in that house, okay, and can't get out because she can't get down the rugged steps. She ain't getting any younger. I mean, she's older than me, and I'm old. Okay, but I don't know what's going on. Did Amway just fire me? It seems like they did. It seems like they just fired me. I don't think it has anything to do. They didn't even mention that whether or not it had anything to do with me, renewing my membership, because I think it was like the beginning of last year that I started my new, I paid my new membership fee. This year I didn't do a membership fee. I was out of action for 2 months. So now they're saying, well, you got to be working your butt off and investing all this in Amway via customers, not yourself. Okay? Via customers, not yourself anymore. It's got to be strictly via customer. You got to be adding all this stuff in there, and then, you got to at least do the 300, or you can't even, now they're saying you can't even keep your membership unless you're able to keep up with that 300. So you could get started with Amway, according to what this lady from customer service just told me. You can get started with Amway, pay that $100 and some to get started and buy all your websites and all this stuff, and then turn around and get fired. They take away your IBO badge, okay? And I got all this stuff. I just had all this stuff made for my website. I had stickers made, got new catalogs and all this stuff, and then they just going to cut me off. So what I'm going to do is you know what, like I said, I still believe in Amway, because I believe that if they are lacking, what's his name? Devos or whatever his name is. The CEO. He's not going to lose money so that you can make money. Okay? He's not going to do that. He's going to still keep Amway considered the most wealthiest business in the world, even if he has to fire all his IBOs. He's just going to do it. He's never ever gonna, as long as the products are getting sold, as long as money is poured into Amway, they don't really care. Okay? But I know this is not the Devos of the past, whatever his first name is. And this is not Amway of the past. This is not the Amway that my mother used to be an IBO for. Okay? This is not them. This is a different Amway. Okay? And I know they're going to come back. I know they're going to pull back because God is with them. I believe they're going to bounce back. So when they bounce back, I'll be waiting. But you know what? I believe that there's other businesses that are calling my name. And, you know, you can go on YouTube, and Amway is a good way to find another business. There's all these businesses that want to take Amway's IBOs and say, come over here. And I got one right on this channel that I discovered. And I think I saved them in my content. And I'm going to go there, and I'm going to investigate and see what it's about. And, you know, I know one thing now, that before I let somebody sucker me into becoming a membership, I need to know exactly what all my investments will be and when they will be due from the jump. And I need to know what my compensation plan is. I was so, because my mom used to be in the Amway, I figured what could possibly go wrong? Because I know my mom didn't invest her whole life savings in the Amway because we didn't have it like that. We were, you know, a family that was lucky to live in this condo, basically, before they turned them into projects, in this condo that we couldn't afford to live in, and the Amway was helping us keep our condo. Okay? So, you know, life is different. Like I said before, life is different for people of wealth, or people that live in wealthy areas and are up under wealthy people. Life is different for them than it is for people that are like living in the democratic, you know, victimization, political cities, you know, where everybody's always looking for a free ride. Okay? You know, life is simpler for those that make the risks and make the investments. Life is a lot simpler for us, and I believe in that. And that's the other reason why I want to be in a business, because I don't want to just keep on working for these people who, you know, I don't want to retire working. I don't want to retire with working, you know, 40-hour weeks and leaving my home and being stuck somewhere and dealing with BS. Okay, from the front to the back, from the beginning to the end, for 5 days a week. I don't want to retire like that. And I know I'm going to be working when I retire. So what am I going to be doing when I retire? Am I going to be running a business? Am I going to be able to start my, you know, graphic novel business by then? What's going to happen to me? I don't want to retire, and it's not fair, and I believe God is with me. God is going to help me through this. I don't believe it's fair for me to be stuck working 8-hour, 5-day-a-week job, okay? Or 40-hour-a-week, job, 5-day, 40-hour-a-week job, just to find out that I keep coming up short. You know what I mean? And money's still a problem. I'm giving all my time and effort, you know, including overtime, into this job. And meanwhile, I'm still coming up short. You know what I mean? I can't keep my bills paid, and I can't keep up with the cost of living. I want to retire in a situation where money is not a problem. That's how I want to retire. I don't want money being an issue when I'm 65 years old. I don't want Social Security to be this small little check. Okay? I pay my rent and then I got to eat rice and beans. I can't drive a car. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm 50, you know, I'm 65 years old and I'm living in this little elderly apartment complex, and I got to walk up to the store. I got to walk to the grocery store or catch the bus to the grocery store every day because I can't afford nothing but my rent. The government's helping me pay for my rent, but that's it. You know what I mean? You know, I got to give somebody a ride, you know, across the world somewhere in order to have enough money to do something I want to do. You know, I got to go, you know, I mean, I don't want to retire like that. I don't want to retire like that. If I'm not going to retire beautifully, I want to at least retire to where I have enough money to do the things that, I give myself a plan. I say, this is my life that I want to live. And it's a very simple life. And that's how I retire. That's the way I want to retire. I make a plan and I stick to it. And that's my retirement. It's not about being rich. It's not about me driving around in fancy cars and having young chicks chasing me when I'm an old man and you know what I'm saying, living in this house that I got to go buy cameras for because I'm always worried somebody's outside trying to break in. You know what I'm saying? In this little uppity up neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live like that either. I just want to live a simple life. And I told this to my recruiter, she's way out in Zuzu land with her thoughts. She thinks she's going to buy a mansion. Okay. All right. And, she gonna buy her a mansion and she gonna Trump tire that mansion and have all these people living in her mansion with her, renting a room in her mansion, with all these steps in it. Steps outside, steps inside, a pool. Okay. She can barely get up and down them steps now. What you want to buy a house with all them steps in it for? Okay. She don't realize she's getting older. She's not getting any younger. She doesn't have forever to get this thing to work for her. She doesn't realize that. And she's in this Zuzu land where she's preaching this gospel to me. How long you been in Amway? And you still reading magazines, having dreams about a house that you live in when you live in a ghetto. And you got steps that you had somebody build for you out of wood. The whole house is, and I'm I've been to her house and I just, I don't want to tell her the bad news. It works for some people not to really look in the mirror. Okay. Some people, they never look in the mirror and that works for them. It's a lie. It's lying to them, but it doesn't work. It works for them. It really does. I look in the mirror every day. I look at my life every day. I count my sorrows. I don't need nobody to tell me that I need to be quiet about certain things. I don't need nobody to tell me that because I can see it. But like I said, it seems like Amway just fired me. So until Amway gets their crap together, okay, and starts really coming up with a better, their compensation plan is unfair. I want you to tell me in the comment section, $300 in sales to make a $20 check. Does that seem like fair compensation to you for an MLM? $300 a month in sales for a $20 check. Does that seem like fair compensation coming from an MLM to you? I want to know. I'm hoping that your answer is no. Okay? But somebody told me that seems average to them when you're in these businesses to where but I don't know. Like my cousin got a master's degree in this stuff, and he just moved to Florida. He just quit selling cars and moved to Florida, and I think he's running a bunch of things in Florida. Okay? He retired in Florida. And he's not even nowhere near 65. I think I'm older than him. But he just moved to Florida. Him and his wife. I think his kids are still out here in Pittsburgh, but I think him and his wife moved to college. I mean, moved to Florida. But where college come in? Him and his wife moved to Florida. And he's got a whole bunch of things where all he does is receive his money. He probably opened up another car lot. He probably opened up, and he probably got a whole bunch of things going on at one time, and he got people running it for him, and all he do is count his money. That's all he does is count his money. Wait for the mail. Wait for wait for the check to come in the mail, or wait. I mean, he's doing good. That's all I can tell you. He's doing good. I asked him what he does. He don't want to tell me. He says, "Oh, I'm retired." Okay, yeah, but where are you getting your money from? You ain't making Social Security, brother. Where are you getting your money from? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's all a bunch of things. Yeah, I figured that much. But he felt that he didn't know whether that was bad. He said that as far as him, he tried Amway before, and he said Amway was too slow for him. Whatever that means. I think he meant as far as his compensation, and as far as like being able to get people to buy products, things were running too slow. And so he just kind of like put it on the back burner and didn't worry about it anymore. He didn't even quit. He just kind of like pushed it on the back burner until he realized that they actually did what they did to me. Fire him, but they didn't fire him right away. He just kind of quit, and they didn't even know he quit, until way later, So why they gotta like actually fire me? And then there was something about a rule 6.7, which I never ever tried to do Amway with anybody but my recruiter. I haven't been doing anything with Amway but buying products. Just me investing. I haven't tried to get enough people. I don't know any other Amway recruiters or IBOs but her. And the people and the guys that are already on the same level as me, that are her clients, she's a sponsor of them too. So I don't understand what we're talking about here, but tell me what you think in the comments section. Do you think that I can do better than Amway? Do you think I have what it takes? Do you think that $300 for a $20 check is natural for this kind of business? Do you think that I'm wasting my time with Amway? There's plenty of other businesses out there that I can get into. And if you got any advice for me, I want you to talk to me. Don't just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know what you think when you see this video. Okay? In closing, I really do believe in God. I believe that God is the God of prosperity as well as the poor. I believe that God, if you pray and if you desire and are willing to invest yourself, that you might have prosperity, I believe God will bless you. I believe that, poor people are not poor just because somebody has to be poor. Poor people are poor because they don't have what it takes mentally or, ambitiously to have money. And they don't really, there's a dozen ways out there to be poor that have nothing to do with, God or business. You just poor because that's how it, but I'm not poor, but I don't want to be needy either. I don't want to have problems making ends meet. I don't want money to be a problem in my life. Okay? I'm making now at my job, at my new job, I'm making what I should have been making years ago. I'm finally making now. So what I'm making is like only, it's a lot above minimum wage, but for what I'm doing, okay, we're behind the times as far as how much I should be getting paid. I should be, $20 an hour is basic for, around here. If you can make $20 an hour, you're basically living above your means. But I'm living a little bit above my means, okay? A little bit, you know what I mean? I'm taking Ubers to work like 3 times a week, you know what I mean? Because the buses are so crazy. So it ain't like I ain't got money. I'm just blowing it on things because living out here in Pittsburgh is just whack. I can't wait to leave here again. Um, but anyway, let me know what you think about everything I just said. I gotta get out of here before I run out of time. I am DeRoy Cruz. This is my business channel. I have another three channels. I want you to talk to me. I haven't done anything on this channel for a while. I want to start filling up this channel with things. But it seems like Amway just fired me, so now that changes with this channel is going to be all about my Amway business and where I'm succeeding in my Amway. But I think I'm gonna give Amway a break, being they didn't offer me to renew my business or to rebuild my business or whatever, however you want to put it. I'm going to give them a break because I think that was just grotesque. I think that was just wrong. I think they did me wrong there. They should have like gave me the option before they mentioned anything about a preferred customer. They should have gave me the option of renewing my business, but they didn't. They just wanted to hurry up and pull me out of my business and make me a preferred customer because I'm not making enough sales for them. Okay. But I think they played me and I think they lied to me. I think my recruiter, I think she exaggerated the truth. I think she left out information because she knew if she had told me that information, I would have been very slow at signing up. Like this whole $300 for a $20 check. Me and her didn't discuss that. I know for a fact, God strike me with lightning if I'm lying. We did not have the discussion. But I also didn't really pay attention to my compensation plan because I was under the impression that I'm going to get something for everything I sell. If I can get somebody to sell, some gummies, I'm going to get a penny for it. Okay, I don't care for the penny. I'm going to get something. But I found out it don't work like that. Let me know what you think. God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I will see you more as time goes on, as days goes on, and as I come up with more ideas, I'll talk to you about it. But God is good. Okay? God is good. Believe in yourself. If you want wealth, it's there. If you want prosperity, it's there. Believe God. I didn't say anything about Kenneth Copeland or Cliff O'Dollar. I said if you want prosperity, it's there. Keep praying, keep investing, keep giving, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, shall men pour into your lap. In Jesus' name. Thank you for watching. Talk to you again soon.